Animate, you just go to Create New. And then choose 1280 by 720. And then you want to do 25 frames per second and action script 3. And then you just click on Create. So this is your timeline here, and this is your stage area. You can actually also kind of zoom in and out of the timeline here, and these are all your frames. This is your layer, and you can make more layers by clicking on that. So at the moment we've just got an empty keyframe, and there are 3 different types of frame, and you can have them all visible here if you click on these little lines. And go to Customize Timeline Tools, and then you just click on this square with a dot, the square with a dot with a hole in it, and then just this square. So that the first one is called a keyframe, the second one is a blank keyframe, and this is just a frame. So at the moment we've just got an empty keyframe, and I'm going to use this brush tool, which is just the classic brush tool. And I'm just going to show you how to do a really simple animation. So what I'm going to do is just draw a circle, and then I'm going to move down 2 frames to frame 3, because when you do animation you want to be animating on 2s, so you'd have 12 drawings per second. So if I click on the blank keyframe here, then it disappears because we can't see anything. But if I click on these 2 circles, this is the onion skin, then I can see my previous frame. So then I can just trace it. I do the same again. So I'm just going to click 2 frames down and then insert blank keyframe. On some computers you will have the keyboard shortcuts, which are it's Control Z for undo. So F7 is a blank keyframe. F6 is a keyframe, which I'll show you. So F6 is a keyframe. So a keyframe just repeats your previous frame. And F5 is just a frame. But I want to have F7, which is a blank keyframe. So if your keyboard shortcuts don't work, you just have to use these symbols here. So I'm just going to kind of draw it again, and I'm not really going to do anything much. So. And if you want to extend the onion skin, you can just move this blue line. So, oops, that's right, and that 2 down, F7, 7, 2 down, F7, 2 down, F7. So it's very simple. 2 down, oops, 2 down, F7. It's a kind of a bouncing ball. There we go. 2 down, F7. Oops. So Command Z is very useful, F7. Okay, so if I remove the onion skin and then if I press play, and if you want to do loop playback, you can just put this on and extend that back, and then you just press play. Okay, so that is basically, and enter is play and stop. So that's the most basic way that you can use Adobe Animate to do animation. Excuse me. So it's basically, you've got the 3 frames, you've got the blank keyframe, and you use the onion skin. And then if you wanted to add a frame, so here I want to add a frame here. So if I click on this, and I just go to frame. So now everything is 2 frames long. Okay, so that's basic animation.